Welcome to Leave Me Alone. I'm working on it.
Hey, friends. I just had to turn Cassandra down because your girl. I'm just like, where's the volume on this thing?
That's
Turn it
so
down. Turn it
funny.
down.
That's so funny. I'm so loud. I met up with my friends Nonji and Roxy for dinner the other day, and they me and Nonji were already at the table, and Roxy, when she arrived at the table, she was like, "Cassie, I heard you laughing from down the street," and I was like, "Yep, tracks. Yep, tracks."
I don't doubt it. Like, it's probably very true. We used to be the loudest table every time we went out.
For
And I
sure.
didn't hate it, but there were times where we got a
Yeah.
lot of stinky looks. People were just like,
People were like, ugh, can less
you're
from
not
you
the
guys.
only ones here. And I feel like what probably made it, well, yeah, what probably made it worse was that we were predominantly an all black table.
No, definitely. It was the only people who were death staring us were white people, 1000%. Okay. And I just think it's jealousy. I just think they were like, man, I wish we were at the fun table. That really was all. That was my takeaway from the death stares. Like, and that's how I
Mhm.
processed it. So,
Okay,
yeah.
sure. I mean, we had
Yeah.
a good time, so who really cares, right? And if you
It's
wanted
true.
peace and quiet, stay at home. This
I
is a
mean,
public space.
fair. Anyway. So, I want to tell you a story today.
Okay, love
Uh,
story time.
I was thinking about, well, not thinking about because we connect. Okay, I'm gonna tell a story. I know a girl. We're not that close, but we never really were very close. But we were in each other's orbit. Okay,
Mhm.
and for the purpose of the story, I'm gonna call her Mbali. Okay, and Mbali was that girl who was like just good at everything. Do you know what I
Mhm.
mean? She was good at everything. She like was
So
good at
you,
sports. No, there's things I'm good at, and there are things that I'm not good at.
what are
And Buddy
you
was
not good at?
sports.
You're good at swimming and you're good at tennis.
No,
What more do
there's
you
a,
what
no, no,
what
no.
more do you want?
I can swim is different to I'm good at swimming.
You were good at tennis, good enough to play for your country.
No, that wasn't me, my brother. I've never played for my country. My
Oh, I thought
brother
that was
played.
you. Okay.
Absolutely not me. This was me cheering on the sidelines. Woo, well done, Joseph. Good job.
Okay.
Okay. But okay, I digress. Mbali was good at everything. Okay. She was good at sports. She was good. She like did amazing in matric. She like the final year of high school. Like all A's. Mbali went to university, graduated magna cum laude, got the best jobs, promotion after promotion after promotion, got married, traveled the world, got the expat assignment, lived abroad, came back, bought the house. Do you know what I mean? Like Mbali, like if you are looking at Mbali's life, you're like, damn, hun, how
Mm,
can I be like you? You know, like,
mm,
and it was constantly one of those things where it was like, well, of course Mbali is doing amazing. Of course she
mm,
is, you
mm.
know? And then and naturally this is all playing out. We're watching this happen on the LinkedIn, so we're watching it happen on Instagram. When the big groups get together, we're catching up and we're hearing her stories, and we're like, wow, this is amazing. Um, and then recently, one of the big groups got together and we caught up, and Mbali wasn't there. But turns out
Mm.
Mbali's life has completely fallen apart. But the reality is that her life was always really, really tough for her. So like, and this is hectic. Like, it came out that she like has been very reliant on performance enhancing drugs to kind of get through
Oh.
the day and manage her anxiety and manage her stress. So things like anti-anxiety medication, right through to like hardcore drugs that I won't mention because we won't be able to post our podcast to places if I say the drugs out loud. But like hardcore stuff. Do you know what I mean? Her husband, who was amazing, beautiful, good-looking man, you know, all of the things, is hardcore cheating on her. Like
Oh gosh.
hardcore cheating on her. Now, the thing for me about Mbali is looking at her life, listening to her speak, you would never know.
Mm.
Okay. You would never know that this was her story. You would never know that this is something that she's going through. These are the things that she's carrying, which probably also didn't help her manage and process all of her stuff because sharing was
Mm,
not what Mbali was doing. But it really just was, hearing where she is now and the things she's trying to heal from and process and kind of come out from now really made me stop and go like maybe the grass isn't always greener on the other side, right?
mm,
Like we are sitting here and we're watching people. And I mean, it's even in the Bible. The Lord has said to us, do not covet thy neighbor's wife,
mm,
goods, house, property,
mm,
whatever. Don't do it. Because we're sitting here and we're watching other people progress through life or move through life or get things that we want for ourselves. And we're
mm,
going, man, like if only I could be there. If only I could, maybe I need to have that job. Maybe I need to date someone who looks like that. Maybe I need to date someone
mm,
who has that kind of job. Maybe I need to buy a house in this area. Maybe I need to, move countries. Like maybe that's what I need to do because I'm
mm,
watching other people and I'm like, maybe I need to abandon what I'm doing now and copy paste the formula.
mm,
Um,
mm,
and just hearing the truth behind the belly story, I'm going like, well, maybe that's not it. Like maybe the grass isn't green on the other side. And I feel this I mean, there's this temptation, of course, to look at what's on the other side and be tempted by it. Because you're
mhm,
sitting here in your nonsense and in your hard times and in the
mm,
things that are difficult, and you're going, this sucks. Like, I am not having a good time. I had a plan. This was not the plan. Do I need to change the plan? Do I need to make a different decision? Um, and I think that we need to challenge this narrative of the grass being greener on the other side and maybe ask the question,
mm,
is the grass greener where you water it
mm.
instead? Your thoughts.
I sorry. I'm quiet because I'd had this episode I'd wanted to do. Um and it kind of also stop stealing my episodes, Cassandra. This is not the first or the
we
second time. Like, what the hell?
Listen, I'm just sharing. My episodes are really based on what's happening in my life today. Like,
Same, same.
like
This
today.
this is something that so I'd put this down like I think a couple months ago. No, last year actually.
Okay,
And
so why did you wait? This is
because
not on me.
after I put it down, I was like, is this something like am I ready to talk about? Is this something I want to
Oh,
talk about?
I
Is this something
see,
I
I
want to
see, I
bring
see, I see, I
forward?
see. I
And
see, I see, I see.
and so I was just looking through my notes now trying to find it as you were speaking. I was like, where's that thing? And it's basically called Would You Trade Your Blessings If You Could?
Mm,
And it's like
interesting.
maybe I should still do the episode,
Well,
but
let's merge them. Let's bring our
I
chats
was
together.
thinking 'cause you're speaking now about, this person in Bali who looked like her life was everything. It was together,
Yeah.
it was the one. And meanwhile,
Yeah.
she's struggling and nobody knows. And I
Nobody has
also
any
had
idea.
I had a friend like that also in uni, and it looked like she was just cruising through life as well.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
she didn't have it looked like she didn't have to work as hard as the rest of us to get like she got super good grades in a really difficult department. She got the boyfriend, she got married, she moved abroad, she had the baby. It just seemed like her life was just, cruising. And
Mm,
I mean, we're not close. We're not that close anymore. So I don't really know what's happening in her
mm,
life or like the nitty
mm,
gritty of it.
mm,
I
mm.
can't tell what areas she's struggling in. But when I had the thought for this episode, I was thinking about you. And this
Oh,
is why I
Maya.
didn't do the episode.
Oh, snappity doodah. Hello. Okay,
I
unpack.
was
I'm ready.
thinking
Let's go.
about you, and this is why I didn't do the episode. So, okay, are we doing it? Are we doing it? Because it's going
I
to get
gotta
very honest and very raw.
Okay, well, here we go. Let's go.
You
Rip
let
that
us down this
proverbial
road.
band-aid. Okay.
For me, the way you're speaking about Mbali is how I look at you. Like
What
Cassie, Cassie
The
is good.
hell?
Can you calm down? Can you calm
There's
down?
absolutely no way. I'm so
Wait,
sorry.
hold on.
Please
I'm just like, Cassie's
continue.
so good. My friend Cassie is so good at a lot of things. Like, she's smart, she's funny, she's charismatic, she's got the good job, she's bought the house, she's making a name for herself in her industry. She's got amazing friends, she's well traveled, well learned, she is cultured, she's great with
Oh, this is
music,
so
she
nice.
sings beautifully. I'm like, if you had to if we were in high school and we were picking teams, like, Cassie would be the person everyone want to pick on their team, because they're like, she knows something
Sure.
about everything, like, we'll shine, she'll get the team together, we'll win somehow if Cassandra's on the team, you know and I was kind of looking at that and contrasting that with where I am right now. And
Sure.
not to say that my life is bad. I'm living a good life, but it's not
Mm,
where I thought I would be at this point. Like, a lot of things have
got you.
changed for me over the
Mm,
years,
mm,
and
mm.
and I found that I'm in a little bit of a slower paced life than I
With
would have
you.
thought, or
With
than I
you.
would previously
With you.
have been. And
Yeah.
so I was like, and so I can't remember, because this episode came to me after you and I had a chat about something. I can't remember what.
Yeah.
And then I remember sitting there thinking, Cassie's got the career thing locked down. Cassie's working on her finances. Cassie's building connections and networking. And I want that for me as well. Like, I want to be able to get
Got
back
you.
to my career. I want to be able to get back to building. I want to get back to
Got you.
growing. But then if you flip it, Cassie's also said to me, girl, I want what you and Dami have. I,
1000%. Okay, I'm so glad you're having both sides of the argument right now, because I can now sit back. Please continue.
I can see you were like waiting to
I'm
jump.
like,
I'm like, calm down. Just calm down. Calm down.
yeah.
And I remember thinking, Cassie's also said this to me. Cassie's also been like, I want to find my person. Like, I want to settle
Thousand
down.
percent.
I want to have babies. This one has picked out the names of her babies. I'm the one having
Yeah.
a kid in 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
have names. Cassandra has names of all of her
My children are
children
named. Yeah.
picked out. I don't
Yeah.
have a name yet. And so I was sitting here thinking, if someone were to arrive and give Cassandra and I the opportunity to
Mm.
trade certain aspects of our current blessings for the blessings and the things that we want,
Mm.
would we do it?
Shoo!
Would I give up my unborn child so that I can
Oh
buy
my
a
gosh.
house?
Oh my gosh.
Would
If
I
you
give
say
up
it
my
like that, and I'm
marriage?
like, jeepers.
But that's the truth of it, isn't it? Which of your blessings would you trade? Would I give up my husband so that I can, I don't know, have a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame? Would you give up
Ooh.
your health? Would you give up your health so that you could be married? Like, it's
Yeah.
okay. I'm gonna be sick. It's okay. Cancer, bring it on. I just want to be a married hun. Would
Yeah.
you do it? So I'm
Uh,
like, we sit and we look at other people's lives and how it seems to be together and how we want aspects of their lives, but
yeah.
you don't know the pain and the things that they're dealing with along with their blessings.
1000%.
Along with it, people have great marriages, they bought the house, they have the
Mm.
cars, they've got the babies, but they're sick, or they're addicted, or
Mm.
they've got past trauma, they've been assaulted, they've been
Mm.
robbed, their family is breaking up, their parents are ill. Like, but on social media, they were just in Milan.
Things are like hunky dory.
Right? And
You know
you're
what I mean?
sitting
Like, things are
here.
great, and you're sitting there going like, oh, I wish.
I
I wish
just
it could
wish
be
I
me.
could. And I'm like,
A
which
thousand
of
percent.
your current blessings would you trade for the things
So
that you feel are missing in your life?
with you, with you, with you. So I think you've hit the nail on the head, and you've also painted a very raw and very real picture of the both of us. I didn't know that that's how you were. I mean, I know you love me, and I know you think
Girl,
I'm
stop
great, and
playing.
I love you,
You
and
know
I
that
and
you're
I think you're
great. I
great.
don't even know why you're
What I'm
acting like
saying
you're
is,
not
no, no,
great.
no, 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 no. What I'm saying is that like I didn't know that you were looking at me and going like, oh, I wish I could have this, this, and this,
You're
because
like a role model for me.
no, stop it,
I
stop.
aspire, I
I am
aspire
stop,
to the
stop,
level
stop,
of
stop.
greatness that Cassandra has achieved. I'm not kidding.
To your point though, like the things, like I'm not gonna post on LinkedIn that I went through the most traumatic separation at my previous job. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like that's not gonna what you're gonna see. You as my, one of my best friends, you know that because you walked that journey with me. So you have a full picture of who Cassie is. But like anyone else who's looking at me and going, whoa, like let me tell you, like within the whoa, there is so much. There has been hurt, there has been turmoil, there has been like nights where I have not slept because I'm working like the whole night long
Yeah.
for days on end, weeks on
Mm-hmm.
end. There's been health stuff, there has been family stuff, there has been heartbreak. There's so much that you don't see in the picture that is presented.
Of
um
course.
and and so for me, like I come back to what I was saying about the grass being greener, and I'm like, maybe the problem isn't the grass, but the problem is, what are you watering? Do you know what I mean? Because what you're
Or maybe your
watering is what's
perspective.
growing. But also it's where you're spending your time is what's going to grow. Where you're
Of
spending your
course.
energy
Yes.
is what's gonna bloom in the garden that you're watering. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-mm,
And
mm,
like for me, like if we take apart, the example that you've given, I've put in a lot of time and energy into career. I've put a lot of time and energy
mm.
into, making money. I've put a lot of time and energy into like like personal growth, self growth, intellectual
Yeah.
growth. And that's maybe why I'm, good on a 30 seconds team. Do you know what I mean? But like
God, I hate 30
and where
seconds.
I know you do, but like where I'm at now is like, if I'm truly, truly honest with myself, I have
Mm,
not watered the garden for relationship.
mm.
I haven't done it.
Haven't you?
Not as intentionally as I should. Not as intentionally
Mm,
as I could. Let me say that rather. Not as intentionally as I could. In my mind, I've just kind of been like, I've got this going on. He will arrive when he arrives. But the point is that it all requires work. It all requires intentionality. It all requires like effort and commitment and trying. Like at this dinner as well, Roxy was telling me she goes out all the time. Do you know I don't go outside? I like, and I know there's all the funny memes about like, oh, if my husband's gonna find me, he's gonna find me on my couch. Like, all jokes aside, that's me because I'm like on my couch. My couch is literally right here. I'm on my couch, okay. And I get home and I'm just like, oh, I'm so tired. And I'm like, if he's gonna find me, he's gonna find me here. But that's not true. Do you get what
mm,
I'm saying? It's about where am I watering? Where am I watering my garden is
mm,
where it's going to become greener, as opposed to
mm,
looking at someone else's garden and going, maybe it's greener on the other side.
mm. I do want to maybe share a different perspective.
Go for it. That's why we're here, babes.
I feel like there are because look, I'm not gonna be a hun who's gonna sit here and be like, oh, I found my husband because I went outside, or I found my husband because I was such a great person, or I did not water relationships either. And I'm just
Mm,
wondering whether
I
maybe
disagree.
there are
Finish your
hang
point,
on,
but I
hang on.
disagree. Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
wondering if there aren't parts or areas of our lives that we are I don't know how to put this. I'm going to put it the way it's coming to me that we are given and areas of our
Mm.
lives that we must work for. So, like
Fair.
being graced or being gifted in certain things, and then other
Yeah.
things you must bring it, hustle, and work to bring those
With
things
you.
to fruition. Like, I'm
With
like,
you, with you, with you.
is that a possibility? Because
With you.
I wasn't, marriage was not top of mind for me, and I wasn't trying to get married or be in a serious relationship.
With
I was
you. Yeah.
avoiding it actually at all costs because I'm like, I'm young,
Mm.
I want to live my best life,
Mm.
you know? And just the other day, I'll talk about this later, but I'd seen this new dating reality show that pissed me off. And
What is
I
it? What
remember,
is it? Tell
it's
me.
called Temptation Island. I
Oh
didn't
no,
watch
I'm
it. I
out.
just saw the
I'm out.
trailer.
I watched it. I
Exactly.
saw
And
it
it's,
as well. I'm
did
like, no, I'm
you?
out.
And it's literally couples in a relationship going to this nice island
It's so
resort
silly.
place, and they bring a bunch of singles to try and break you guys up to tempt you. And I'm like,
I was like, what the hell?
what
Like,
are we like? Dating shows
yeah.
have become anyway, separate chats.
Yeah.
But I remember sitting there thinking, I'm truly blessed because if I hadn't found Dammy and married him when I did, girl, I would be single for the rest of my life. I don't do dating apps. I don't know how to do that thing. I'm too
No,
paranoid. Yes,
I
I'm too
disagree.
paranoid to meet people randomly. You know
As you
this.
should
Even
be.
just
As you
talking
should
to
be.
people when we go outside, I'm like second guessing you. If I could run a background check before I speak to you, I would. How much more going on a date with someone? Nah. I'm like, God looked at me and he was like, let me rescue this one because she cannot do this by
That's
herself.
so
I'm just
funny.
like,
That's
what
so
if
funny.
we're giving grace
I'm
and
with you.
strengths in different
I'm
areas?
with
And it's
you. I'm
like,
with you.
this one you were giving, this is a blessing for you. This one will still be a blessing, but you must work hard for it. And don't get me
I
wrong, I'm not saying I don't work hard like in my relationship or in my
yeah.
marriage. I'm not saying I'm
Yeah.
not growing or learning
Yeah.
or unlearning
Yeah.
or whatever. I'm
Yeah.
putting in the effort, but I'm saying that I didn't I cannot sit here and say that I got a good man or a good marriage or a good relationship because I worked hard to get it. It
I
felt more
understand what you're
like a
saying.
gift, and then now I've
Yeah.
had to work to
Yeah.
putting the effort because every relationship
Energy and
requires
effort. Yeah.
energy and effort. Exactly.
For
I don't know.
sure.
That's
So I want to unpack a lot of what you've said, because I do think that there are skills that are given to people, or gifts
mm,
that are given to people,
mm,
or opportunities that are presented to people.
mm,
But exactly to your point, if you don't take the initiative or make the commitment to make that opportunity work, it's going to fall
got it.
apart.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
It's
Mm.
going to fall apart, right? So if, let's say, you're blessed with the skill of, I don't know, your basketball, okay, you're tall, you were born, you came out the womb and you were already 5 foot. Do you know what I mean? Like, like
What?
I'm just
I
saying,
feel so
like,
bad for the mother. What?
I know,
Even
5 foot, because
alive?
I'm also like, I'm 5'5". So wait, hold on. Let me rephrase. You come out the womb and you're already 2 foot. Do you know what I mean? Even that's a lot. But you get what I'm saying. Like, you get babies that are big babies, okay?
You do get
Um
those, you do. And the mother pays a premium for that
you
baby to come
I'm
out.
sure she does. I'm sure she does. But like, so let's say you come out the room, you're a big baby. You grow up, you're tall, you're athletic, you're all of the things.
Mm,
You know,
mm,
you arrived with the propensity to excel in, and you could be the next NBA star, right?
yeah.
If you don't water
You
that
must put the
garden,
work in. Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
never
Yeah.
gonna be
Yeah.
on the
You
NBA.
must put the
It's
work in.
never gonna
Yeah.
happen, right?
Hmm.
In
Hmm.
your example with Dummy, like, for me, a big thing is, you know, Dummy is amazing. Like, he's incredible. But I'm like, I'm sure, not that I know, but I'm sure that there's times when he's thoroughly pissed you off, or you've thoroughly pissed him off.
Gosh, I'm like, where's
And
my pillow?
and in those moments, like, in those moments, what would happen is, yes, you'd be angry, but you'd process the emotion, and you'd find a way through it together. The society and culture that we live in today is all about instant gratification, and it's so easy to swipe next to the right person, that I think that we've lost the skill, the ability, the capability
Mm,
to talk to people, build relationships, crisis, or rather conflict manage. That someone has to just do one thing wrong and we write you
you were
off.
out. Yeah.
And then the
Yeah.
narrative becomes, men are trash,
Mm.
bitches are crazy. Like, like, this is now the narrative. Meanwhile, and then the narrative is also like, but I can never find anyone. And you have all of these people that are single and desperate to meet, but they're like, I
Yeah.
can't find anyone. Like, just on paper, it doesn't make sense. So there's something is broken,
Mm-mm.
and I think it does require a little bit of introspection as well to go, okay, what do I need to work on? How can I fix this? Now, coming
Mm.
back to the grass is greener in a relationship, in a job, with a tough manager, with a, I don't know, new opportunity, with starting a business, whatever it is, it's not going to be easy. You have to keep watering that garden, watering that garden, watering that garden
Yeah, you
for it
do.
to turn green,
You
right?
do.
And it's not going to turn green overnight.
Mm.
So I wonder if again, so I'm coming back to, I wonder if the grass is greener on the other side.
Where you
And to your
water it.
point, to your point, am I looking at someone else's blessings? Because it's still
Mm.
Mbali's, going back to Mbali's life was still beautiful. There's parts of Mbali's life that have been phenomenal and incredible and amazing. Um, but maybe there's parts of her life that she didn't water, parts she was ignoring, parts she was avoiding. And
Mm.
now it's come to like
Yeah.
blow up for her, you know?
Yeah. It goes back to that thing that a lot of people say. Well, I know it was very popular in Nigeria to say, thank God we don't look like what we've been through. Because
Mm,
you got the nice
good
hair and the
grief.
makeup and the
That is
nobody knows
such a
that you just
powerful
cried.
sentence.
You just cried before you got here. You know,
Wow.
you're at work, you're winning. Nobody knows that you're dealing with a sick child back at home. It's like, thank God that we don't look like what we've been through. So like, you see, Cass and I are sitting here with our faces done and my lashes and the hair and all of that stuff. And to Cassie's point, like, we've both had to deal with a lot of things, and it even when even even when it looks like everything is together, there's always something that you are working on, or that you
Or
are trying to
processing.
deal with,
Mm.
or processing, or a
Or
challenge that you're
heal
you're living,
from.
or
Yeah.
or heal from,
Yeah.
constantly healing from
Yeah.
something. And even if because I'm the one who said, what if some of the things we're giving, like, it's a gift. Even if you're given a great lawn, like, you move into a new home and the previous owners, they did the
Has
lawn,
really,
it's
yeah.
beautiful, it's green, it's everything. If you move in there and for the next 1 year you don't take care of it, guess what's going to happen?
That's
So
very
even
true.
if you are given certain blessings or gifts or privileges or whatever, to Cassie's point,
Yeah.
if you don't put in the work, it's not going to stay that way. If you don't
100%.
water the grass, it's not going to stay green. So maybe what
100%.
the people on the other side of the of the fence, the neighbors with the perfect grass, maybe what they've learned to do is that no matter what's happening in their lives, they continuously water the grass.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
they continuously, and I don't know what that would look like, in any individual's life. And maybe for Cassie, for instance, no matter what's happening in Cassie's life, she shows up at work and she brings her A game. Because I've watched you be sick and still work. I've watched this hun be admitted to hospital and still be taking
Sitting on
work
my
calls.
laptop.
Oh my
Sitting on my
God.
laptop. And let's not, I recognize that's not healthy. I'm not promoting
Good.
this behavior.
Good. I'm
Not promoting this
glad.
behavior, but like it's not always as green as the LinkedIn post. It's not always
It's
as green as
not.
the as
Also,
the
I
as the
hate
Instagram
LinkedIn.
post. I know you do. I
Can you
know
tell that I'm not a corporate person at all?
you
Hate
do.
LinkedIn. Like,
um
but yeah,
the other thing the other thing that I wanted to address as well in this is, I think, yes, there's a culture of jumping ship too soon. I think that's
mm,
something that exists in our society at the moment. But we also need to challenge the idea of striking the balance between when it's the right time to say, you know what, I've watered this grass and it is still brown and crusty AF. It is time to jump ship. Like, there is definitely still those times that are going to come, and those times that will exist where you're going to
mm,
have to make a choice and have to make that decision. Because I think, like, there's no point staying thirsty in the desert, when you could be on the green side and watch the garden bloom that you're watering.
mm, Mm,
So I think it's also important to have that, but I think that requires not making a decision too quickly, maybe a little bit of
mm,
self-reflection, introspection, sit in the pain, understand it, unpack it, where it's coming from. Is it me? Is it something else? Before, like, really, really dissect and analyze the issue before making a quick decision to jump ship. And
mm.
I'm not at all denying that there are going to be times when you do need to jump ship, you know?
I
Yeah.
mean, I'm just gonna add one more thing to that. Hire a gardener. Like maybe you don't know what's
Hey
going
now.
on. You don't know what's
Hey
wrong with the
now.
grass. Hire someone. Hire a
Hey
consultant.
now.
Like, help me look at this. Because if you don't know and you're not, learned enough in that specific area, hire someone who's more knowledgeable than you. Then they can say to you, "You just need to do this. You need to do that." Or they can be like, "Sorry, you can't fix this. You can't salvage this.
This is
Throw it
done.
away.
Start
This
again
is done.
somewhere
Start
else.
again." Yeah, because
Yeah.
sometimes you are struggling and you keep thinking there's going to be a way, there's going to be a way. But if you speak to someone else, they might help you see, babes, it's done now.
Mm,
You need to start again, or you need to move
thousand
on. You need
percent.
to let go.
1000%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, that was really what I was thinking today. As I process what I've learned about Mbali, I was just like, sure, wow, girl.
Yeah.
I hope things come together for her.
I too.
But I
Yeah.
think, yeah, I think key takeaways for me, like in this, is, number one, like, the magic isn't the grass. The grass isn't what's magical. The magic comes from where you water it. Like,
Mm,
the watering is the magic. So the energy,
mm,
the time, the investment, that really is where the magic comes. The second thing for me is that magic takes time. It's not instant. We need to let go of instant gratification. We need to let go of, it's going to be fixed right now, in this
mhm,
instant. It's going to take time, and it's not sexy. It's not fun. Sometimes it's
mm.
really, really hard. Sometimes it's really, really painful. Michelle Obama, just digressing for a second, she was on a podcast. I cannot tell you which one she was just on, but it was like, she was just on it now. There's so many reels going around Instagram on it, but she said something which was amazing. She was like, um, um, you need to get comfortable with being
Mm,
happy in the boring times of your life. You need to
mm.
be comfortable with getting happy in the times of your life that are hard, because you're working towards the goal. You're working
Yeah.
towards the thing, Um, you need to learn with the satisfaction in the watering. That's how I'm going to take her and
Mm,
borrow her idea. But yeah, so I just want to, like, say to everyone, is there something that you're looking at, or someone that you're looking at, or maybe you're looking at a partner? Oh, I digress again, because it's so fascinating for me. I've been watching Married at First Sight, the Australian one, the one
oh,
that's live now. It's wild. Have you been watching it?
nope.
It's
I have
crazy.
not been
Please,
watching TV.
please
I've
go
been
watch it.
watching
It's
TikToks.
it's crazy. So Married at First Sight, and basically the reunion is coming up, or the last final episode of the season.
Yeah.
And, like, obviously they get married. Episode one, they walk down the aisle. This is the first time they're seeing each other.
Wild.
Now they're married and been living together, whatever. And then the last episode, everybody gets given the opportunity to meet someone else. So the producers have said to you, yes, exactly. The producers have said to you, in matching you all together, there was another person that you could have been matched with. Okay. And you can choose now, at the end, after all these weeks, after marriage, after all these weeks together, if you want to meet this person. Totally up to you.
Please
Okay.
ask me to close my mouth because I'm just like, WTF. Why are we just out here ruining people's lives for great television? I
Yeah,
mean, I'm
I
for it because
know.
it's entertaining, but at the same time, I'm just
It's
like,
so
this is so
entertaining.
wrong.
It is. It's so wrong. And like, some couples have done really well, like, they're really beautiful. And some couples have chosen to, some people have talked about it together, like, I'm deciding with you that I'm going to go meet someone. Other people have not told the other person that they're going to go and meet the other person, and
Ay,
naturally
ay,
that's going to
ay.
cause drama. But again, it's that temptation that's like, what if the grass is greener on the other side, yeah, so sure. I don't know.
Ew. Look,
But
no. No life is all good,
Green. Yeah.
but no life is all bad either. And
Correct.
if
Yeah.
you spend the greater portion of your life, or if you spend the hard and challenging parts of your life wondering what if you'd made a different decision, you're never going to enjoy it, because
1000%.
you are constantly ready to jump ship. And should the opportunity present itself, you're gone. Like
Mm.
you're gone, and you might be
Yeah.
missing out on a really, there's no guarantee that if you had married this other guy who had more money than the one you married, that you'd be
Fair.
happier,
That you'd
that
be
you'd be
happier.
wealthy.
Yeah.
There's no guarantee that if you'd gone to school in the US as opposed to the UK, you would have, I don't know, found a job on Wall Street. There's no guarantee, so this idea that, like if you've closed the door on something, keep the door closed. Why are they
Yeah.
bringing a new person now and saying, do you want to meet
I
the person
know.
you could have married? My goodness,
Yeah.
do you know how many marriages in the world would end today
End.
if
For
if
sure.
God were to be like, here, let me reveal to you the other person you could have married?
Oh
Ah,
my gosh.
chaos.
Crazy. It would be
That's a
chaos. It would
reality
be
show I
chaos.
would watch, but chaos.
Um, okay, well, you can watch it. It's called Married at First Sight.
Oh my
Anyway,
God.
so yeah, so I think so again, the magic isn't the grass, the magic comes in where you water your grass. Um, I think the second thing is watering is not sexy, it's not quick. And then the last thing I wanted to say to everyone is, is there something is there a temptation right now for you? Is there a push? Is there a pressure? Is there someone that you're looking at and you're low-key being like, man, I wish I could have what they have and look like they look and, be like they are, etc. Maybe take some time. This is my challenge to you. Take some time, take pause, reflect,
Mm,
and understand, is there a part of your life that maybe you need to be watering more aggressively, tending to more aggressively, or is it maybe something that you do need to walk away from? Are you actually in the desert and you're trying to grow flowers and it's just not working for you? But
mm,
yeah, so have a think, and if you're feeling brave, come and tell us, because I really, really, really want to know. You can come
mhm.
and find us on Instagram, on TikTok, and of course, you can watch us on YouTube, on Spotify, and on Apple Podcasts as well. You can listen to us there. But yeah, come say hi. We promise to say hi back. Okay. Love you. Bye.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Hey, thanks for listening. Please don't forget to like and subscribe anywhere and everywhere you find your podcasts. Also, you can watch and subscribe on YouTube and follow us on Instagram and TikTok. Okay, love you. Bye.